How to create contour noise in Affinity Photo. Now, something like that. Very, very unusual contour designs. So, first thing to do, File and New. Click OK and Layer and New Layer. Now, with the new layer, I need to fill it with something. So, Edit and Fill. And I'm going to fill it with black. Click Apply. Now, go to Filters, Colours and Procedural Texture. Now, I'm just going to resize that. Let's move that around. Now, key thing, add an equation. Now, the equation I'm going to use, I'm just going to build up with cell noise and many more. So at the moment, it just says 0 cell noise. Okay, so cell noise Rx, RY. Very, very simple. And I'm going to extend it a bit more than that. Rx and RY are the relative X and relative Y. So you can move the image around. Now I'm going to Rx divided by. And I'm just going to create some custom inputs for this. So it's going to be A and B. So RY is divided by B. Now I need to create those custom inputs. And I'm going to go for R. So I'm just going to add a real number. Could use Z as well, perfectly okay, but R in this case. And I'm going to put that to 100. Then create another R, and that's going to be B. Very inventive with my names. Okay, so now you can see you got this cell noise. It's red. Well, I don't want that. I want R, G and B. So set the G and B on. So you've got R and G and B. And you've got the same input. So now I'm just going to spread that over multiple channels later. But for now, just R, G and B. And I'm going to put a bracket around the A. And I'm going to multiply that up a bit. So I'm also going to do the same for B. So 3 times B. And they're in brackets. So it's associated with that. So 3 times B, 3 times A. Now you can see the cell noise much more clearly. Now I'm going to put a harmonic around it. OSC-SIN. And then I'll put brackets around the cell noise. And I'm going to multiply the cell noise. So I'm just going to put a C times that. And then create another custom input, C. I'm going to set that to 10. So now you've got the bracket around the OSC sin bracket and the C times and the cell noise and then bracket around that. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add an additional harmonic, OSC, around and put brackets obviously around the OSC sin. And what I'm also going to do is D times that OSC sin. So I'm just going to create another custom input, D. And I'm just going to set it so you can see 10. If I set it to 3, you can change 1, 2, then 3, and so on and so on. You can see you can make some unusual variations using that. You can also, as it's a real number, you can go for 1.2, 2.5, 0.6, so on and so on. But I'm just going to go for 1 for this equation. Right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to you can see now that lovely circular design, that circular noise. I can make that 200, 200, and you can see it even more clearly. Okay, what I can do is actually create a preset at this point. So I can add a new preset. Just go to the right side menu and give it a name. Preset name and a category. Noise. Now I can use that later at this point. So if I want to use it a couple of months' time, I can reuse it. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add additional equations, but I'm going to add them for the green and the blue channels. So copy that previous one, and paste that again. Now what you need to do is go over to that side and make certain that the R, G and B are just turned into R, just singly R. Make that G and make that B. So now you've got an R, G and B. Now what I'm going to do now is going to add additional custom inputs, and I'm going to, instead of using A and B for the other channels, I'm going to use additional ones. So again, they're all going to be R, custom input. Just click R and then use those. In this case, I'm going to go for the C, so I'm going to create a E and F. So just click down there with the R. And again, give them a value, not 0. Say 12, 14. And you can see beautiful, colourful design. And again, you can move that around. You can see RX and RY. And you can change the values, just tweak them up and down. And you can create all super duper colourful designs just using that. But you can extend it even more. So instead of using A and B, I'm going to extend those. You can see now I've changed the D. You can see even more colourful designs. But I'm just going to go for 1. So they've got A and B. Now I'm going to create some more custom inputs. So G, H, etc. Just by clicking that R. Just create those. And then go to the equation and change the A to a G, and that to H. And I'm going to do the same for the RY. So B, I'm going to change that now to I and J. Again, just click the R. There, I and J. Now you can change the values, and what you can do, you can create all kinds of really amazing, sort of slightly offset, weird, colourful circular designs, contour designs. Now I'm going to create a preset for this. Give it a category. Oh, one thing I always do, I always click cancel. I meant create, so I'm just going to quickly go and create that again. Just create a new preset. Yeah, click create. And you can see it now in the presets. That's the one that I created earlier, and there's the preset. You can see all the functions, all the equations, and custom inputs. Once you're happy with that, what you can do is click apply, click OK, just go for it. But as with everything with Affinity Photo, that's not the end. So what you can do, you can go and apply, say, a distort. Maybe apply a deform. So you can just click different points. just drag and distort that design all over the place. And you can see the colourful lines really warped and distorted. Now, what you can also do, the procedural texture is available via layer, a new layer filter layer, and colours procedural texture. Go down to the preset and you can see the preset there. All the settings are as before. And now what you can do, you can change the various settings, A and B and C, just go through them, just modify them slightly. But what happens now, that effect is applied to that layer. But it's live. You can change it at any point. And also what you can do, you can use blending modes. So you can just go through all the blending modes, darken, multiply, difference, and so on and so on. So you can just create really, really extreme, super colourful designs. And of course you can apply multiple layers, 3, 4, 5, 6, apply different effects as well. So once you're happy with that, you can merge them all the visible ones, layer menu, merge, go back to distort and deform, click at different points, and then just distort the design again in extreme kinds of ways. Or you could use mirror and many of the others. Well, I hope you found this of interest. You can explore many different features of, there's just more than just OSC. You can explore many of the other harmonics as well. Hope you found this of interest. Please subscribe. Please add comments. Please add dislike or like. Thank you much.